during an interview with J is for Justice podcast.
Baby, I'm a fighter, never backing down. Baby, I'm a soldier, standing my ground.
J is for Justice.
If you're gonna find me for my heart, all you gonna get is battle scars. Baby, I'm a tiger, 27. Baby, I'm a rifle, one bite you dead. So if you're gonna find me for my heart, all you gonna get is battle scars.
What can I say? I need more than desire, more than just a pretty face.
J is for Justice.
Okay, you better walk away. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Only one love up beside of the fire.
Wait a second, you guys. We have
Someone who
breaking
can
news.
handle me. Someone cut your heart today.
Welcome to J is for Justice podcast. If live breaking news and following true crime is your thing, then please consider subscribing to my channel. And if you like what you see in my videos, please consider giving them a thumbs up. Good afternoon again. Hello. I've seen a lot of you guys in the last couple days. Thanks for joining. My name is Jay, and welcome to J is for Justice. We are going to be talking about a case here in Florida. Surprise, surprise. You guys are so sweet. I was reading your comments right before we went live, and I'm like, how is it that this many people really are genuinely really want to watch me? It's just crazy to me. You guys, I'm being punked. You guys are all just punking me. Like, I thank you so much. Oh my God, I sounded just like Bertolino.
Thank you so much.
I thank you so much. I didn't even do that on purpose. Hey, Damien. So let's let some people join. And I know, Audra D, it's just like crazy. Hey, Est the best. I guess while we're waiting, hey, Heather, welcome back. Shale, Saiban, Northern Ireland. I love it. That's so cool. That's really cool. Hey, Amber. Taboo. Ashton Kutcher says hello. Ashton Kutcher. Thanks, Scott Skulls. So Scott Skulls and I are going to be drawing tonight. He's rescheduled with Cher, and I am going to draw my dogs tonight. Happy freezing Friday in Richmond. I hear there was a snowstorm bad up there. So, as always, we have Puppy Cam at the bottom. We have Bella scratching herself and Summer Lou in the window. And no, she was not named after Summer Wells. She actually was named by the breeder that we bought her from, and she was already called Summer. And she was born before the Summer case was a thing. So I know that there was some talk about I named my dog Summer to make money or something like that.
Roberta.
Okay, because that would be something I would think about doing. At any rate, let's talk about this case, shall we? Check this out. So thank you to the Florida Sunshine Statutes. We have the full arrest affidavit. Alyssa looking ass.
Gotta be handy with the steel, if you know what I mean. Earn your keep.
Moderators!
Mount up.
Crikey. All right. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to read it, but the text is rather small. But I'm just going to scroll through this because this is just basically their identifying information. So the two people that are being charged in this case are Timothy Dune. I don't know if I'm saying their last name right. Ferreter. And it looks like he was born April 17th of 75. He is a white male, 6 foot tall, 185 pounds with brown eyes, brown hair, a light complexion, and medium build. And he has a tattoo on his upper left arm, and he's married, Catholic. And I can't really read that right there. But they reside at 277 Crane Point North in Jupiter, Florida. And then down here, I believe this is wifey's name is redacted right here. And and he was born in Virginia. So he's from Virginia, but he has a Florida license and resides in Florida. And then that's wife, but we'll get to that. So here's the charges. And we'll get to what they did and what led to these charges in just a second. Aggravated child abuse, 1 count. Sarah May, thank you for being a member for 2 months. Thank you.
Roberta.
Certified Roberta. And false imprisonment. So 1 count of each for Timothy. So here is the probable cause affidavit and what it reads. Dated February 6th, 2022. On Sunday, January 30th, 2022, I was the on-call detective for the Jupiter Police Department's Criminal Investigation Division. At approximately 1900 hours, I was notified by the Criminal Investigation Division supervisor to respond to the Jupiter Police Department regarding a missing person investigation. So what I didn't realize that this case, I agree, I thought the same thing, that they look like brother and sister. I thought the same thing.
Ashley, nobody said yikes, he hasn't come home, Ashley.
Oh my God. All right. I'm not the only one then. Okay. Okay, so what I didn't realize when we first heard about this case was that it started out as a missing person report. So it wasn't a report. It wasn't a report of abuse. It wasn't like the school noticed something or somebody, a neighbor. This is just nuts. Welcome, Elise.
Roberta.
So it says, upon arrival, I made contact with Officer Jurek, who advised me of the following information. In late December, rather, Steve, you threw me off. Thank you. J is for just so gosh darn freaking beautiful and punked looking ass. Shell, thank you. This case had me up all night searching it. Thank you for all you do. Thank you. Thanks so much. Steve never lets a girl down. Okay, so in December of 2021, late December, Officer Jurek responded to a police service call at the Jupiter Police Department. The complainant on the phone only identified himself as Jack. He advised he was the owner of, and the name of company is redacted. in Jupiter to build an office in the garage of the residence. Jack advised he agreed to the job, but after receiving the instructions for the build, he began thinking it was very strange. Jack advised the room was built as an 8 by 8 foot space in the garage with its own ceiling and door. Thank you, Mama She. Friday, McCafe. Thank you so much. That's so nice. Thank you. Jack further advised the door had a deadbolt lock and a knob only on the outside, no knob inside. So if someone was inside the office, they would not be able to exit until someone opened the door for them from the outside. Jack stated he was also instructed to build this space with electricity and install a window air conditioning unit as well as a camera in the ceiling, and stated the entire project was to be completed in 2 days.
What?
On Friday, January 28th, 2022, at approximately 20:43 hours, Officer Kalenik and Officer Placard, Placard, how's that even a word? Placard, responded to blank landing regarding a missing person investigation. Upon arrival, officers made contact with the reporting party blank, white female, date of birth 10/1975, who advised the following: blank, who will be referred to throughout this report as blank, adult male. Wait, what? No, wait. African American male. 9707. Wow. So this kid was adopted by them, but I don't know when. Holy hell. Okay. So the boy is African American male, born on 9707. So that would make him 13, right? Oh, Picard. Okay. So they called and said he was missing and has run away from home on several occasions before. They stated that he has several behavioral disorders and advised he was in trouble at school the day prior, which is why she believed he ran away. She stated the school contacted her at approximately 15:45 hours this date to advise her that blank was not present in his last class. Blank, okay, so this is the mother, I think, advised she waited in the pickup line, but he never showed. Officer Picard and Officer Kolinik checked the surrounding areas, including St. Peter's Church and neighboring parks, where she advised that he may have gone with negative results. On Sunday, January 30th, 2022, Officer Smith and Officer Collins traveled to the Fertier residence in an attempt to make contact with blank to see if blank had returned home. Officers attempted to knock on the door with negative results. Officer Collins made a phone call to blank, who advised that she was not home and stated blank had not returned home either. Officer Collins asked if she and Officer Smith could enter the home to check for blank, and she advised she did not want anyone to enter her residence. At approximately 2200 hours on Sunday, January 30th, 2022, Sergeant Kimbark and I traveled to the Ferreter residence. I made contact with blank and asked if blank had returned home yet, and she advised he had not. I asked blank if I could enter the residence to check for blank or for clues in his bedroom regarding where he may be, and she denied me entry, stating she did not feel comfortable with officers inside her residence without blank present. After a long conversation, she allowed me into the residence only and stated Sergeant Kimbark needed to wait outside. She brought me inside the residence and directed me to a room immediately inside of the home and to the right of the front door. The room is described as a small office. She stated it had been converted into a bedroom. Okay, so wait, she brought inside and directed me to a room immediately inside the home and to the right of the front door. Okay, the room is described as a small office. She stated it had been converted into a bedroom. Inside of the room was a small crib to the left, and on the floor was a small plaid blanket and a pillow that blank advised blank used, stating he and blank white male born to 2819. Oh God, I don't even know if I want to keep reading this. I haven't even read it yet. Lordy. Okay. So she's saying that this 13-year-old and a baby born in 2019 share this room together. Inside the room was vibrant and painted and had several small toys and belongings seeming to belong to blank, as the toys were designed for younger ages. When asked where blank's belongings were, she took me through the kitchen and advised he had toys and some belongings in the Florida room. In the Florida room. Blank stated further, there was a structure the family had built for blank in the garage. She brought me to the garage and showed me the structure. The structure is described as a small room with a plain white door. This is so disturbing. Ugh, it gives me anxiety, dude. Like, bad. Ugh. Yikes. No, and I think she was lying. I don't think he really was sharing the room with the baby because he was out. Can you guys see that better now? He was out in the garage. Okay. So I'm not looking at chat, just FYI. The door was open and had a doorknob and a deadbolt, both locking from the exterior of the room. To the left of the door was a light switch, also on the exterior of the room. Inside of the room to the right was a small plain box spring, and on top of that, a mattress with a gray sheet and a pillow. Straight in the room was a small, dark colored desk with school books and small children's books, along with a foldable chair. Above the bed in the room was a black Ring brand camera. It should be noted the room was a small, plain white structure with no paint or color on the walls and appeared to be bare drywall. The floor was a bare garage floor with part of an indoor-outdoor rug covering it. While showing me the space, she had several different explanations for the room, stating it was first built as an office for blank. When questioned regarding the exterior lock, she stated the room was used for storage for the family and then advised it was a space used by, quote, all the children. When asked why there was a bed and box spring inside, and blank finally advised the space was sometimes used by blank. After speaking with blank, I checked the surrounding areas for blank with negative results. On Monday, January 31st, I traveled to blank's school, Independence Middle School, where I made contact with teachers and staff, along with Palm Beach School District Police Officer Demmer. All staff members advised blank had not returned to school and stated they would advise me if he did. At approximately 11 o'clock, Officer Demmer called me and advised he believed blank was somewhere on campus, stating he believed he saw him on a security camera. Detective Jordan and I, along with members of the Jupiter Police Department SUAS team, responded to the school. Members of the SUAS team deployed a drone and were able to locate him running near the front of the campus. Officer Demmer and Detective Jordan made contact with Blank near the front of the campus, and he was subsequently transported to the Jupiter Police Department. Once back at the Jupiter Police Department, I conducted an initial fact-finding recorded interview with him. He advised he knew the difference between a truth and a lie and promised me to tell the truth during the interview. He advised he resides at his home at Blank with Timothy and her name's Tracy. Okay, so that's the two parents. And then a female, which is African-American female, one born in 2006, white female born in 2009, and white male born in 2019. I asked him to describe a typical day for him, and he said he stated in the morning he is woken up by Blank because his door is locked. Blank advised Blank would wake him up in the morning, tell him to go to the bathroom, and then he would go back to his room. Blank stated Blank would lock the door and usually turn the lights off. He advised he would be in his room until Blank would return from dropping his other siblings off at school. Blank advised once Blank was home, she would feed him breakfast, consisting of a banana and a piece of bread and peanut butter. Hold on, I lost my spot. Blank stated after he was finished eating, Blank would come back into the room and he would get dressed and go to school. After school, Blank stated she would pick him up and his siblings up and return home, and he would go back in his room. I asked him to describe his room. He stated it was 8 by 8, and that's in quotations. He further stated the room had a lockable doorknob and deadbolt lock that locked both from the outside, and there was a light switch on the outside of the room as well. He stated she would always lock him in there, stating usually the bottom knob was the one locked. He stated he has to stay in his room when Blank are not home or when they want him to be in there. When asked how often he is in his room, he said a lot. I asked him if he was home, if he would be playing with his friends or family, and he said no. He'd be reading books in his room and stated he was not allowed to go anywhere else in the house. I asked Blank if he would like to be in his current room or a different room, and he stated a different room. I asked Blank why he ran away, and he stated, because I feel like no one loves me. I asked Blank if he felt safe at home, and he stated he did not, because Blank gets really aggressive with him. When asked to describe how his dad gets aggressive, he stated once Blank slammed him against the wall by his neck and struck him in the face with an open hand. When asked how often Blank has been physical with him, and he stated that it, quote, happened a lot in Arizona. I asked Blank to describe discipline he receives, and he stated Blank gets profane and angry, and that he, quote, sometimes spits in my face. Blank further stated his discipline consists of spanking with a belt. I asked Blank if he ever sleeps in the room with Blank, and he stated he does not. Blank advised the longest he could remember being locked inside the room was approximately 16 to 18 hours. Blank advised Blank provided him with a bucket to go to the bathroom, and stating he has used the bucket several times in the past. Blank advised when he uses the bucket, he is made to dump it out in the backyard of the residence and clean it out. Blank stated he eats most of his meals in his bedroom, which consist of leftovers after the rest of the family eats. Blank advised if he is not in his room or at school, he is outside in the yard doing yard work. Blank makes him do until being locked back inside the room. Blank stated Blank is very physical abusive to him, and he is fearful he may knock him out. Where is it? Blank advised he had a room in Arizona similar to the room he has now, stating the room was approximately 8 by 10 foot. Near the end of the interview, Blank advised he did not want to return to his family and pleaded with me to arrest him, stating he'd rather be in prison than back at home. Blank further stated he had suicidal thoughts. Based on Blank's statements, he was placed under a law enforcement Baker Act and transported to JFK North for evaluation. On Tuesday, February 1st, members of the Special Victims Unit of the Florida Department of Children and Families and I removed Blank from her school, while other members removed Blank from school and Blank from the to her residence. Both Blank were brought to the Child Protective Team in West Palm Beach for forensic interviews. Blank was interviewed first by Child Protection Coordinator Shelby H. While speaking with Blank, she confirmed the allegations made by Blank, stating his room is in the garage and he gets put in his room when he's either misbehaving or in trouble, and stated Blank is in trouble a lot. Blank advised Blank's door has a lock on it and is locked from the outside, and stated if Blank is in his room, the door is locked. When discussing the room, Blank began crying and became emotional, advising she wanted to do the right thing for Blank. Blank further stated there is a camera in the room Blank monitor Blank with. Blank described the punishments Blank receives are extremely different from the ones she and her other siblings receive, advising when either her or Blank are in trouble, they get their phone taken away or other restrictions. However, when Blank is in trouble, he gets locked into his room, made to do yard work or write sentences. Blank advised she has seen Blank grab Blank by the neck, but has not otherwise seen him be physically abusive. But stated that she has heard through the walls of his bedroom and hers. Blank stated Blank has told her he has been hit with a belt and a jump rope. Blank advised Blank has been locked in his room for hours at a time and uses a bucket to go to the bathroom in, and stated he used the bathroom on the floor before. After Blank's interview, Blank had her interview. During Blank's interview, she confirmed all the statements Blank and Blank made. Blank advised she does not know exactly what his room looks like, as she has not seen it in some time, but stated she knows the room is in the garage and has a lock on the exterior to keep him inside. She stated she missed Blank and wished he were not in trouble, as she has not been able to play with him lately. Blank stated over the weekend while Blank was missing, Blank took her and Blank to Tampa for a softball tournament. Way too close to home. Based on the information gained from the forensic interviews of the children, a search warrant for the ring device located in the room was sought, received, and executed. Oh my God. Thousands of videos were obtained which showed Blank repeatedly locked in his room daily. Each day Blank was placed in the room, you could hear the door close and deadbolt lock. In several videos, you could hear and see both Blank and Timothy Ferreter yelling at Blank. God, this is horrible. In one video in particular, Blank was locked in his room after being found to have stolen chocolate and cookies from the kitchen, despite being told he was not allowed to have them. This behavior resulted in him having the covers removed from his mattress. His mattress picked up and tossed against the wall, and Timothy grabbing him against the arm and yelling at him. Each morning when Timothy greets him, he asks him, "Is it dirty?" and points to the bucket. Blank has to use it to relieve himself, and that is kept in the corner of the bedroom. In one video, Blank advises the bucket is dirty and Timothy yells at him to clean it, and Blank goes off camera. Extensive therapy. I mean, I don't know how you recover from things like this. On Wednesday, February 2nd, 2022, Detective Jordan and I traveled to the previous Ferreter residence located at Blank in an attempt to make contact with the current owner. While there, we made contact with Sherry L., white female, born in 74, of Blank, who advised the following. Although she knew the Ferreters, she had never been inside their residence, but stated the current owners had noted a creepy room in the garage. When asked to expound further, Lynch stated the room was only able to be locked from the outside, and she only saw the walls, but stated the current owners had it removed. Lynch provided me with the current owner's name and phone number. After speaking with her, I called the current owner, later identified as Anthony T. I conducted a sworn recorded interview with with Anthony. I don't like how they dox these witnesses. I don't like that. I mean, I'm all for information, but why in the hell is the other defendant's name redacted, but these homeowners who innocently bought a house from these scumbags are doxxed? It's stupid. Okay, so Anthony confirmed there was a room in his garage he removed because the room could only be locked from the outside. Couldn't he just change the door locks? Anyways, he removed the room because it could only be locked from the outside, and he believed the room was made to keep someone inside of it. Anthony advised the realtor for the Ferreters described the room as a, quote, bonus room. However, when he was shown the room, it had a small child-sized bed inside with a comforter. Anthony provided me with inspection documents for his residence, which showed photographs of the room. Although the Ferreters purchased the residence at Blank in 2014, it is unknown when the room in the garage was built or for how long Blank was locked inside. This has nothing to do with CPS. CPS was never called for any kind of abuse at this house. The kid ran away, apparently, and the lady reported him missing, and this is how it all started. On Friday, February 4th, he was released from care at JFK and transported to the Child Protection Team for a forensic interview. Case coordinator Shelby H. conducted the interview. During the interview, he confirmed he is made to stay locked in his bedroom in the garage, and further confirmed it is an 8x8 space with a door. There's a deadbolt and a doorknob lock that are both locked from the outside. He stated the longest he can recall being in the room is 18 hours and advised he does not have a bathroom in his room, but stated he uses an orange Home Depot brand bucket to urinate and defecate in. He was asked about his discipline and advised he has received spankings, both with a leather belt and a jump rope. He stated the spankings would take place in his bedroom and he would be naked, bent over his bed. This is bad. He stated the spankings would take place in his bedroom and he would be naked over his bed. He stated he could recall one spanking was so painful he fell off his bed in pain. Based on the above described investigation, there is probable cause to believe the defendant, Timothy D. Ferreter, willfully tortured, maliciously punished, or willfully and unlawfully caged blank a child, contrary to FSS 827, Based on the above described investigation, there is probable cause to believe the defendant, Timothy D. Ferreter, did forcibly by threat or secretly confine, abduct, imprison, or restrain blank against that person's will and without lawful authority. Yeah. It's horrible. Oh, but it gets worse. It gets worse. Okay, hold on. Let me pull up my next thing here. All right. So they talked about the house, right? On Zillow. This is the previous home. The heck? Why is this still showing that screen? Well, that's weird. Oh, here it is. Here it is. I found it. I found it. No, I didn't. Hold on. I've got to start a whole new window share. My bad. My bad. I know, cancer survivor. It's been a busy week in the news, right? But anyways, I'm going to show you their previous residence, the one that they talked about going to, and that the guy said that there was a creepy room that they labeled as a bonus room, and it had a small child-sized bed in it. I mean, this house is no joke. $1.1 million. So let's read the description and then we will look at it. Is Kelly Marie. It's horrific. Let's read the description, then we'll look at the photos. Beautiful home. Must see. Placed in cul-de-sac and egret landing. This desirable location has a resort-like pool with raised spa along with a private backyard. Too bad I don't have like Price is Right music. The beautiful lake view offers amazing sunsets from the pool or from the only second floor balcony on the west end of the lake. Entering the home, the grand living room with floor to ceiling windows offers spectacular views of the pool and lake. Formal and casual living spaces flow effortlessly throughout the lower level. The kitchen is the center of the very large common area. The upper level offers 5 bedrooms and an office. The 3-car garage offers a bonus room. Built in 2000. And it looks like they sold it in 2017. So they bought it in 2014. And they sold it in 2017. Now, mind you, this is a 5-bedroom home. Why would they need to put this kid in a bonus room in the garage? What is 5 Tribe? What jobs do they have? We haven't heard they have any jobs.
I don't know.
He doesn't know. He does not know.
Now, I don't know if these started off as foster children that they eventually adopted. I don't know. I'm just telling you what I know. And this is all what was available for in public record through the Florida court system. So this is, like I said, their previous residence. And I can't really make this a whole lot bigger, but if you look back here, there is this frame and it says family and there's family photos. I actually zoomed in on that, but I could not make out, enough. I could see like her and him, but I couldn't make out the kids, like to see how many kids were in the photos with them. If there was all of them or two or what. I would say probably the white children might be hers. I don't know if she had that baby a couple years ago. That I'm on the fence with that one because she's like 45. So I don't know about that one. But the two African American children are definitely not hers from birth. So anyhow, let's move forward. So there's the kitchen of the previous home. There's the Christmas tree. Okay, and then we're just going to go through these. You can look these up they're right on Zillow. So this is what I'm thinking is the bonus room. This is the only room that I could contend that there was for this kid. Now, I gotta be honest. I mean, this room has carpet. It's like new. The walls are painted green. Whatever his name is up in the top of the window. He's got shelving around the top, which had, probably stuff on it. Whatever. It looks like a normal room. However, the lock situation is concerning. But the room itself doesn't sound like the one at the new house, right? So, but I don't know why they needed this fifth, like they had 5 bedrooms. So I don't know why they needed to, put him out here. I don't know. I'm just showing you what their previous house looks like. So there's the backyard, and this is another kid's room, which you see is painted and decorated similarly. And another child's bedroom. Nice back patio. Here's an office space. A lot of cords going on over there. Beautiful pool. Sprawling master bedroom. No, that's not what it said, Cheryl. I'll tell you later. I don't want to put that kid's name out there. So here's the house. So the bonus room in the garage must be on the other side because there's no windows over here. And that bedroom that they said was a bonus room had a window in it. Katie, they were probably never questioned because they're wealthy. Could be. But yeah, so that's the photos of their previous residence. So now, if we go to the current residence, this is the current home that they live in, where the child was in this garage room that they had built. So here is the current house, and this is obviously, they bought this wow. Okay, so they sold the other place in 2017, but this place didn't sell until December of 2021. So that would kind of coincide with the handyman who said in late December they needed the room built and they needed it done in 2 days. Yeah, they're in the same neighborhood. They're in the same subdivision. It's like a gated community. So this is the house they were living in when all this happened. Good question, Heather. I don't know. I mean, you got to remember, though, that they sold that place in 17. So he was little. He was only 7. So where did they live after they sold the first place? Yeah, I'm going to show you Callie Dine. I'll show you all that. We're going to get to it. So we're starting and we're going to go back. I have where they lived in Arizona as well. I'm shooketh at this entire case. All right. So this is their current residence and this is before they bought it. Or I mean, yeah, this was the listing of the person they bought it from, I should say. But this is what the home, for all intents and purposes, looks like. They just bought it in December of last year. Not quite the $1.1 million home in that neighborhood. They stepped down. Still a nice house. I don't think they show the garage in these photos, though. But if you remember, he said, the cop was like, where are so-and-so's things? And she's like, oh, some of his toys are in the Florida room. This would be the Florida room. And this house doesn't have the pool like the other one. But this community has a community pool, but they do not have a pool on their property. So that's the name of the subdivision. And there's the community pool and all that. So let's get out of there and then let's go to our next link. Did I not save the house? Okay. Well, I'll pull it up. I can't find it right now, but I will pull it up. But I'm going to actually show you guys something, which is the parents' lawyer and what they're saying about this. Oh, okay, I found the house. Let's get that out of the way before I forget. Okay, so this is the home in Arizona. They lived in Tucson, and they sold this home on 12/16/21. See that? That's the home they moved from. Hey, Ryan Hans.
You're bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
Okay, so let's take a look at the house in Tucson that they lived in. This is the view from their pool area.
What?
That girl, thank you for your super chat. Mr. Lawyer, please. There is no way you can justify a child living like this. For real. Nice place. Putting green out back. Question is, where do these people get their money? I mean, do people really get wealthy off fostering children? I don't think so. Yikes, good grandma. Maybe they were military. If there's a base there. I think so. I think it was '07. Yeah. I mean, let's face it. Evil people and sick people aren't just poor people. People, homeless people, people down on their luck. Look at this window and that view. Wow. They owned businesses? I don't know. What kind of businesses? That's what I thought, Alley Cat. And thanks for fostering children. That's amazing. You're right, Ryan Hans. Nothing nice going on here. It's all just a facade. So this would actually be their home furnishings because they sold this house, I believe, in December. So they didn't even need to sell this place to move to the next place. Right, Heather? Hey, Mimsy. Look at that. It's just insane. Okay, so here, now we're getting into the interior. So this must be the master, maybe. Okay, so there's a kid's room. And you got the boys' like comforter on there. And then a baby's room, which we know that there was a baby that they have that was born in December. Linda Wilson, no, the kid ran away and the mom reported him missing. That's how this all came about. So this to me looks like it could be some kind of bonus room, maybe. Barbara Eddy, this mom is a local teacher. For real? She was a teacher? Yeah, postpartum. I don't know. But the dad was equally as abusive, according to the child. So here's a little half bath. Right. It's been going on longer. Yeah. Oh shit. What is this right here? A teacher's aide. Okay, wait a minute. So this is the inside of this little thing here. Weird. They have like a podcast studio set up with like notes on the TV or whatever that is on the screen. Look at all these flags. Like, what is that? Weird. That definitely isn't. Yeah, it's not a pool house, but they have an AC unit over there. Several windows. It looks like it's some sort of an office studio. I don't know, Cheryl. That must be Section 8. See. Yeah, right. Something out of a magazine, for real. I think maybe she volunteered at the school for her kids or whatever. I don't think she worked as a teacher, but I might be wrong. Wait. There's the house here where that arrow is. Okay, so here's the layout of the house. Look, office, workshop at the very top. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 bedrooms and the office workshop. And then let's read about the house here. Okay. This is their listing now. Views, views, views. This updated, elevated, single-story, 4-bedroom, 3-bath home sits on one of the best lots in the Coronado Foothills Estates. Abuts 10-plus acres of open desert landscape with 360-degree unobstructed views of the city, Finger Rock, and 4 mountain ranges. Outdoor entertainer's dream. North and south exposure. New pool, gazebo, built-in barbecue and bar. Turf backyard with putting green. Paver courtyard with gas fire pit. And all-new outdoor lighting. New HVAC roof. New flooring and windows throughout. Updated kitchen, bathrooms. New stainless appliances. House-wide water filtration system. 100 square foot separate office studio with AC and Wi-Fi. A very special property. They put it on the market in September of 21. And then it sold December 16th. They closed. And they bought it back in 2017, which is when they bought that other house in the same neighborhood. Weird. I'd rather have a poor husband than this guy is my husband. I'll tell you that. Okay, so hang on. Now we're going to go to hang on. Okay, here it is. Lawyer for parents accused of abuse says Jupiter police ignored evidence of child's behavior. A Jupiter couple is accused of making an adopted live in an 8 by 8 foot box in their garage with a door locked from the outside. And this is from the Palm Beach Post. The attorney representing a Jupiter couple accused of making their adopted child live in an 8 by 8 foot structure in their garage filed a response with the court this week, saying the child has displayed a long-standing pattern of dangerous and disturbing propensities while under the couple's care. There are a number of issues you do not know involving the child. Defense attorney Nellie King wrote to Jupiter Police on behalf of Timothy and Tracy Fertier, who were arrested Tuesday on charges of aggravated child abuse and false imprisonment. Those propensities included the child causing injury to other family members, as well as violent outbursts and thefts, said the letter, which King addressed to Jupiter Police Detective Andrew Sharp and Assistant State Attorney Alexandra Dorman, the lead investigator and prosecutor on the case. King accused them of ignoring critical evidence about the child, some of it gathered from the family's 4-year stint living in Arizona, in their decision to arrest the Ferreters. Her letter is dated February 7th, one day before the couple's arrests. The Ferreters, both 46, are free on $50,000 bond. They are next scheduled to appear in court March 10th before Circuit Judge Howard Coates. In addition to placing the child under protective custody, authorities removed 3 other children, all under the age of 17, from the family's home. The court ordered the Ferreters not to have contact with the children unless authorized by DCF. A spokesperson for DCF said the agency has opened a child protective investigation, but the incident did not provide any other details, citing state confidentiality laws. The Jupiter investigation dates to January 28th, when the family informed the police that their adopted child, now 14, had run away from home and was missing. Officers found the child outside Independence Middle School on January 31st. So where was he from the 29th to the 31st? A visit to the family's home in Egret Landing, a tree-lined upscale neighborhood of 1- and 2-story homes along Central Boulevard, led to the discovery of the 8 by 8 foot structure in the garage, which the Ferreters had built when they returned in December to live in Florida. Officers had asked to see the adopted child's room. The structure had a mattress, a bucket the child used as a toilet, and a ring camera to monitor whoever was inside. There was no inside handle on its door, and it locked from the outside. According to the Ferreters' arrest report, the 14-year-old received an evaluation at a hospital after the disappearance. The child told the investigators of choosing to run away because I felt like no one loved me. Then here's a map of where Egret Landing is. So we can scroll out a little bit. It'll give you an idea. You see West Palm Beach. And there's Egret Landing. And I'll go out a little further so you can get the gist of the state. And that's where that is located. Parents challenge how police framed conditions at their home. In her letter, released after the Ferreters' initial court appearance, King wrote that there were numerous school records, psychological, and medical files that would frame the child's account in an entirely different light. The child's actions had got progressively more disturbing and more violent as the child grew older. King did not immediately respond to questions from the Palm Beach Post on Friday regarding the child's medical history. King wrote that a 14-year-old had pushed more than one family member, causing fractures and other injuries, and was involved in a physical attack on a classmate. Even as a new student at Independence Middle School, King wrote, the child had secretly recorded other students and had stolen phones, cash, and credit cards. The Jupiter Police Report describes interviews DCF investigators performed with two of the child's siblings. One reportedly became emotional during questioning and confirmed the child receives harsher punishments than the siblings and is often locked in the structure, which police said ring videos they seized from the home confirmed. The other spoke of the missing adopted child, according to the police report. This is their lawyer. This is who's defending them. King's letter speaks of the family trying to find help for the child and protecting the other children at the same time, but does not specify what efforts the family has made to find care. Rachel Needle, executive director of the Whole Health Psychological Center in West Palm Beach, said a qualified mental health professional should assess any extreme behaviors. So that is that article. Now there's another one. Okay, so then they had a court appearance. Hold on a sec. Before the court appearance here, we're going to check this one out. Probably going to be yeah, there's going to be an ad. I don't know why they're calling him boy in box. It's kind of rude.
Parents who are facing allegations of child abuse.
Tonight, they're going on the offensive. An attorney representing the couple accused of locking their son in a tiny windowless room claimed that he was violent.
CBS 12's Lily Ortiz has been digging into these new claims.
Yeah, this is a copy of that letter from the couple's attorney, Nellie King. Now, she is asking this to be part of the police report and be a part of the investigation. And it outlines the teen's years of violent and dangerous behaviors in school and at home. Representing Timothy and Tracy Federer on child abuse charges, attorney Nellie King tells the court on Wednesday that the couple's adoptive teenage son suffers from a rare mental disorder and is prone to violent outbursts.
I think there's a lot in dispute as far as what this young man is saying, and the court is aware kind of the history of reactive attachment disorder.
Today, in a letter sent to officials asking it to be included in their investigation, King documents the child's troubling past. She writes there are numerous school records, photos, medical files, and police reports, which frame his account in an entirely different light. The teen told police he had been abused for years and forced to live in a locked box in the family's garage. But King lists what the parents claim is years of disturbing and dangerous behavior witnessed by his family and teachers over the years. They include bringing weapons to school, terrorizing his family, torturing animals, and fantasizing about killing people. The Federers were arrested on Monday and charged with aggravated child abuse and false imprisonment. But in the letter, the parents claimed the teen stole anything he could get his hands on in school and even money from the collection plate at church. He also searched disturbing ways for girls to die. The lawyer claims there were efforts made by the parents to get him help to protect their family. They say he suffers from reactive attachment disorder. It's associated with early childhood trauma. A child psychologist tells CBS 12 it's rare, but these behaviors are something to look out for.
They might have meltdowns. or they might be more irritable than they were previously. They may be more emotional.
Now, it's still unclear how much weight this letter will have on the investigation. Meanwhile, the 3 other children who live here, they were removed by the Florida Department of Children and Families, who are conducting their own investigation. As far as the parents, Tracy and Timothy Federer, they have since bonded out of jail, but they have not been seen here since their arrest. In Jupiter, I'm Lily Ortiz, CBS 12 News.
I can't believe they even got out. That's crazy. All right, let's see. I think we have another video. Yes. Okay. So this is their, I think this might have something to do with their court appearance. Let's see. Oh my God, that was loud. Sorry. Hold on. Jeez, oh Pete's. I don't know if that blew your eardrums out, but I apologize. It blew mine out.
Down the tree-lined streets and at the end of a cul-de-sac, police say sits a house of horror.
This was despicable and shouldn't happen.
Inside this garage, Jupiter police say a 14-year-old boy was forced to live in an 8-by-8-foot box with a mattress, a camera, and a bucket used to go to the bathroom. Meals were brought to him, but he was only allowed out, police say, to attend school.
Everybody's watching out for each other. So I'm really surprised something like this went unnoticed.
But police tell us the teen has been physically abused and confined to the small space since at least 2017. Today, his adopted parents, Tracy and Timothy Federer, in court, now charged with aggravated child abuse and false imprisonment.
I came outside yesterday and seen all the cops and stuff, but like I didn't think it was something like that. I thought it was like maybe they got in a fight.
Jupiter police say they first came to the home after the boy was reported missing by his mom a week and a half ago. 2 days later, officers went back, and once allowed inside, they spotted the small room with a deadbolt on the door. The boy was later found at his school and interviewed. Police executed a search warrant on the camera mounted over the mattress and say thousands of videos were found of the boy locked inside. In court, the couple's attorney argued the teen may have been abused because he has an attachment disorder with his parents.
It makes my heart go out to that boy, and I hope he's able to find the support he needs.
Hey, Susan. Yeah, I don't know. Hey, Draw. Hey, Scott H. Yeah, I don't know. It sounds like they moved back and forth from Florida to Arizona. So could they have, slipped under the radar? I don't know. It's extremely sad. All right, let's see what else we've got. We've got something about their court appearance. Oh, here's another. Did we already do this one? I don't think so. Here we go.
To the shocking discovery inside a family's garage, Jupiter police say a teenager was forced to live inside a small room and only allowed out to go to school.
Today, as adopted parents faced a judge for the first time, and WPTV News Channel 5's Ryan Hughes has the new information on the case and what the couple's attorney argued in court.
Police say this abuse went unnoticed for years, and according to a new police report, the boy told officers he was once locked inside that tiny structure for up to 18 hours. The report also says the boy pleaded with officers to arrest him because he, quote, rather go to prison than be back at home. Inside the quiet Egret Landing community in Jupiter, down the tree-lined streets and at the end of a cul-de-sac, police say sits a house of horror.
This was despicable and shouldn't happen.
Inside this garage, Jupiter police say a 14-year-old boy was forced to live in an 8-by-8-foot box with a mattress, a camera, and a bucket used to go to the bathroom. Meals were brought to him, but he was only allowed out, police say, to attend school.
Everybody's watching out for each other. So I'm really surprised something like this went unnoticed.
But police tell us the teen has been physically abused and confined to the small space since at least 2017. Today, his adopted parents, Tracy and Timothy Furriter, in court, now charged with aggravated child abuse and false imprisonment.
I had came outside yesterday and seen all the cops and stuff, but like I didn't think it was something like that. I thought it was like maybe they got in a fight.
Jupiter police say they first came to the home after the boy was reported missing by his mom a week and a half ago. 2 days later, officers went back, and once allowed inside, they spotted the small room with a deadbolt on the door. The boy was later found at his school and interviewed. Police executed a search warrant on the camera mounted over the mattress and say thousands of videos were found of the boy locked inside. In court, the couple's attorney argued the teen may have been abused because he has an attachment disorder with his parents.
It makes my heart go out to that boy, and I hope he's able to find the support he needs.
3 other children also living inside the home have now been removed by DCF. Tonight, the couple is behind bars, being held on $50,000 bond. In Jupiter, Ryan Hughes, WPTV, News Channel 5.
Yeah, I'm curious, Dra, how often does this condition actually happen? Because they said it was very rare in this last news report. So how likely is it that he truly suffers from that? So they did enter in their addresses, their prior addresses on Zillow into evidence. That was the latest addition to the court docket. But yeah, I think that what the lawyer said was what happened in their hearing. So they're back in court on the 10th of May. Here's another one. Let's see what this is. And they're not releasing any details yet. So the couple pleaded not guilty to the charges of aggravated child abuse and false imprisonment, and they were both set their bail at $50,000 each. And this just tells the same story we've heard. Meals consisting of leftovers would be brought to him, and in place of access to a bathroom, he had got a bucket. The couple had previously lived in Jupiter, Florida for 16 years before moving to Arizona 4 years ago. Last month, the couple returned to Florida. She says this is their lawyer. In the criminal legal system, the temptation for a community to rush to judge is tempered by the judicial process, a presumption of innocence in the facts. What Tim and Tracy have lived through the past many years will be therefore presented in court. The attorney went on to allege that the boy has reactive attachment disorder and has exhibited, quote, long-standing, dangerous, and disturbing tongue twister propensities across multiple schools, neighborhoods, and homes towards other children and adults over the course of a number of years, and accused the boy of manipulation. Following the arrest of Timothy and Tracy, 3 other children, ages 16, 13, and 2, were removed by the home and taken into custody. Horrible. So yeah, so we'll be waiting, and you guys will, let me come back to chat. That would be it for now. That's the latest. All right, hold on. Let me come back to you guys. Oops. There we go. Okay. Hey guys. So, we will be following this case, and we'll see what happens in court on the 10th and see if anything else comes out. They're going to have to provide proof of their claims. So let's obviously not a way to handle anything. March 10th. They're due back in court on March the 10th. Mike Sander, this is all the information we have. We don't have anything more than this yet. So we have to wait for this to come out in a court of law. Because none of these are going to be public because it's a minor. Or it's minors involved. But it'll be interesting to see what the parents have done in the past, if anything, right? Sticky, I'm sorry that your parents did that. That's messed up. Oh, yes, I will put it on my whiteboard, and we will look forward to that. And tonight at 7 p.m., I'm going to be drawing my puppy dogs over on Scott E. Skull's channel. So if you guys want to come over there, it's really fun. It's relaxing. We just chit chat, and it's not really a true crime. It's just hanging out. So it's a nice chill time if you want to come over and join us. We will, though. We'll hear about what happens in court. It's Florida. We've already gotten a lot that you wouldn't get in other states due to the sunshine statutes. So, all right, you guys, thanks for all of your support. Thanks for coming here and listening to this case today. And hopefully I'll see you tonight over on Scott E. Skulls while I draw the dogs. I'm going to be drawing.
We planted flowers on the side of the house.
Amber, me too. But he's a really good teacher. So if you want to draw along, come in and join us. But yeah, very tough thing to listen to, but definitely important things to be aware of. So I will see you guys later on tonight over on Scotty Skulls and talk to you soon. Everybody stay safe and enjoy your Friday.
I don't give a damn. I don't really care about you and your problems. I don't give a damn. You talk way too
Creek
much.
Town, dude.
I have heard enough about you and your problems. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn.
Roberta.
You wanna be with me. You wanna feel something real, but I'm feeling differently. You're making plans to get to friends, but don't wanna face the fact that I ain't got time for that.
You know, the proof is in the pudding, if you will.
Buy new shoes, hanging by the pool, sipping on Coke and Jack. Calling my phone when you feel alone, but
Thank you so much.